matchup, Rambo and Predator. We're with Alan Paizo of Predator right now. Alan, what's going on in your pit?
We got her dialed in now, and I think we're going to be better next round yet. We got a lot more left in her.
What exactly did you do to the truck?
We went back and made a few suspension adjustments for the tilt on the bank on the course and re-geared it.
But what's going on with Rambo right now? Jim Clark is with Bill Weaver.
Did you do anything different on this run that, from your previous run?
No, I really didn't have much time. I think we might do a couple gear changes tonight.
Not much on words, Bill Weaver, but he does his talking on the track, and he's gotten here in the semifinals. One's going to the finals. Is it going to be the Predator, or is it going to be Rambo? Rambo catching up. The Predator on the inside track. Allen first to hit the cars in Predator. Rambo high flying. He does a lot of bouncing. Predator smooths out first. He gains a little bit of yardage there, but Rambo's catching up. Predator turns it on. They're coming down. This is the home stretch. Side by side. Rambo and Predator. Who's it going to be? The win goes to Predator. And Alan Paizo walks into the finals in Louisville. He'll go up against Fairly Tame.
So after a full night of racing, here is one of the two trucks left standing. Fairly Tame. Here's a truck that knocked off Tropical Thunder and the Equalizer and the Carolina Crusher. And now, Fairly Tame goes up against the Predator in the finals. It's a great matchup, a Ford against a Chevy, and we'll have it for you in just a second when Monster Truck Challenge continues right here on ESPN. Back at the Louisville Motor Speedway, Monster Truck Challenge continues, and here's what it boiled down to. A Ford against a Chevy. Fairly Tamed against Predator. On this racetrack, that's what the finals are tonight, and the winner takes all here in Louisville. For the call of this race, for the climax of a great evening of racing, let's go trackside to the voice of Monster Truck Challenge, and you know that's Joe Lowe.
Ken, both these guys have been around the track several times now. Alan Paizo with Predator standing by with our own Jim Clark. Let's see what's going on in his cam.
What special strategy are you going to use in this race?
Well, like I say, we have to be real good in the corners, run a good smooth race, keep it on the ground where we can make good time. If we get in the air, we're going to lose time, so we need to keep it on the ground and hope for the best.
That's Alan Paizo out of Millington, Michigan, driving the Predator in our final tonight against Doug Spanier and Fairly Tame. Jim Clark's down with Doug right now.
What are you going to do differently in this final?
Nothing. The truck's working excellent. I mean, a little bit of fuel adjustment, we got that down. The truck seems to be working great, so we're just topping it off with fuel and check it over, and we'll be back out here.
Doug Spanier, a veteran driver, has great control over his truck. Matter of fact, one of the only trucks out here that has not suffered any damage. Predator, Fairly Tame, make your pick, because we're ready to go. Predator off to an early lead, but he's on the inside lane. Now, Allen has had some handling problems tonight. Doug Spanier has been running flawlessly, and look at this! The Predator does! He spins around, he spins out! Fairly Tame! Fairly Tame takes the big Ford over the cars. Predator's able to smooth out, turn it around. He does an entire circle on the track, but he's got to play a lot of catch-up. Fairly Tame doesn't take time to look back, and Doug Spanier goes over the cars and into the winner's circle in Louisville. Smoke coming from the engine, but Doug Spanier is number one. You know, the Ford truck is built in Louisville, and the crowd loves to see the Fords win. Now, Predator is a Chevy, and we're seeing a Chevy show here. A donut. Right in the middle of the race, he decides to cut a donut on the infield. And Fairly Tame takes the advantage right there. He spins on and up and over and into the winner's circle, and Predator's left behind. Jim Clark standing by with Doug.
Doug Spanier and Fairly Tame. Boy, what a wild night this has been, but you came out on top.
I think this was my night because last year I was kind of unfortunate with hitting the wall. Like I said earlier, I think the truck had vengeance for this track. It was running by itself, I think.
You know, you were watching the Predator all night, and anything you did differently in this race?
I stayed on it all the way because I ran all the way to the end. I said, why should I quit now? That's what I told myself. That's what we all said down in the pit before I come out. You're in the finals, might as well take it. You'll come this far.
Cam, that's going to do it from Louisville, Kentucky, home of fast horses and wild monster truck racing.
Thank you, Joe. Doug Spanier behind the wheel of this truck has left them all cheering in Louisville. That's monster.